Hello guys, welcome back to the another session of Web Method tutorial. In the last session, we understood what a service is and how Web Method provide a orchestration of services using its own service model. Today we will be looking at something called document and pipeline. This is a part of the flow service tutorial. So by learning this, we will be starting the flow services learning. However, this particular aspect of the flow services is kind of common across all type of services. Very well, let's get started. So before in the two sessions before, we actually looked at what what are the responsibilities of a ESB is. Okay, so let's recall this presentation again, and we will look at a very particular point of an ESB, which gives us the capability of uh, talking to multiple points, right? So in this one, we actually see that a, a service-oriented architecture or an ESB, enterprise service bus, enables every system to talk to each other, right? And it does that by by supporting any message protocol across the board. Now, even though it supports the message protocol, how does we know that it actually converts or it actually talks to each other? So for that, every ESB provides a way to convert the messages it is receiving from any system into a central type of format. And that format is should be convertible to any type of other language. And in web method, that format or that message format is a document. Did get it? So let's talk about this. For example, on a wire, if you remember, uh, very basically, if I wanted to say send a message with number 5 using binary, what can I do? I can use this is binary number 5, correct? How do I know? This is 2 4, right? 1 2 4, 4 plus 1 5. So this is binary number 5. Every computer knows this, but this is too vague. If I wanted to convert this into ASCII, it can convert it to ASCII. Then what happened? All the systems, all the service, com- all the programming languages in the world, uh, they at least honor a common standard, something called W3 standard, and you can say that all the environment and all the programming languages, they support text. So if I say something, this, anything, any gibberish, put something, and this is a text, and I can understand that this language can be this as a text can be understood by any protocol in the any language in the world, right? They should support it. Everybody supported by default. Now we can transfer it using HTTP. We can transfer it using any byte protocol. That is a different story, right? But would it be easily parsable? Would it be easily usable inside technology? So it might not be. So web method provide a way to do that. So okay, let me just delete this package and go to our training first package again. You can go ahead and create package called doc. And again, well, as I saw to tell you that everything which you create uh, is a service in web method. So what we can do, we can go ahead and create a document. So except this document type, everything is a service. So I will call it my first document. First doc. This document, when you say first document, it is equivalent to creating a class, not the object of the class. It's equivalent to creating a class. Basically, this document specifies a structure of a message which you can decide, which you can do to which you can use in your services. We will get to there first, but first of all, you should know that this is a blueprint of a document. Inside web method, its behavior is like a Java map. Now, what is a map? Let's Google it. What is Java map? A map interface is a map object that holds keys to value, right? Basically, in a map object, you have key which associates to a value, right? So any value could be another object, any key could be object. But in case of this document, the key has to be a string and object could be any object. So for example, if I wanted to create a string object, I can specify the string and I can specify the key as a name of that object. So I say input 1, right? So how does it become map? This input 1, this string input 1 is the key, and the actual string which can hold a value is the object. You can change the name of it using F12 or double click on it. So since I told you that it can hold any object as a value, so what all things you are provided with? You are provided with string array, you are provided with string table. It's nothing but just like array of array. You can hold another document in it. You can hold document reference. We'll talk about this document references now. You can hold any Java object of it. If you want this Java object to have a wrapper, you can go to a wrapper here, and these are the by default objects are provided, like Java float, Java double, Java integer. It will behave like a Java object about like this. Currently I want to be more unknown, and this way you are defining your document. So it's just like an XML or a JSON. You are actually defining your own edit object. The biggest part of this is that it supports duplicate names. For example, if I create another string called input1, it allows it, and I can save it. So you understood what is object is. So now why I'm starting about this. So whenever web method interacts to any other third-party system using a service, it actually converts their messages into a document. So if you see in our previous Hello World service and go to the input output, which we talked about as a signature or a contract, this section represents a document, this section represents a document. All right? You understand? So for example, if I again do this in this way, I will just create a new slide here, and let's draw something. So suppose if you have a flow service like this, flow service or any other service, if you have flow service or any other service, its input is a document and its output is also a document. Okay, so whatever goes in can come out. So what does flow service do actually? It takes the input, it takes it, then one as a processing, it will do some manipulation on it and transfer it here, give it as output like this. So a job of a service is to take an document, do anything upon it, and give the modified object of it. All right, you get this point? We'll do some experiment here. So before we do an experiment, you can define multiple documents like ABC or key document. I'll say name, place. Now, if I wanted to use this document as a at multiple places, I don't have to create this document. I will just refer this document as a document reference. Paste this document name to this key document. Now, anything which I defined in the key document will come here as for the easiness. All right. So let's test a service or just review the service. In this service, I provided not review the service actually. I'll delete the service. Debug hello world. In this hello world, what we'll do actually, we are giving an input. This is again a document. Represent this as a document. I can put another object called key in key doc, and I will put another object called another service called status. Fine. So any structure if you wanted to specify, we can specify here using a document. You can even give a reference to a document like this. If you give a reference to a document, it will be replaced by the content of the document. Right? Now, if I wanted to do some manipulation on the service, that's where this pipeline view comes to picture. So the first step which we learn going today is map. Map allow to modification of the pipeline. Even invoke also allow, but map only do that for now. So let's do that. For example, in this key document, I wanted to put something else here. Whatever comes in, it will be override by 1, 2, 3 as a place, and status I will put it as success. So you double click on it, it will open up the window and you can do that, right? So in this way, you can do status. You can also modify any value using this parameter, and you can drop something using clicking on it and click on this one. So it will be removed from the pipeline. So you are doing some manipulation on the pipeline. Let's see what happens if you run it. I gave hello world as input, and I am giving 0, 0 and 0, 0 in this one. Let's see what comes out. See, whatever I put it in the pipeline that comes out, I input one has gone. So let's review it again. I pass a value as a document, and the output which is coming here, even the output says the status will come, my key doc also came because I modified the pipeline and put the key doc inside it. So in this way, you can place the document, you can place the input, you can get the output, and using the map, you can modify it. So I want you to play around on it, do some experiment, do some more experiment on it. We will talk about this in more detail, and I will explain the Java equivalent of an object in the next video. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day.